Flight 2423 taking to Salt Lake City.
When I said they'd asked us to play here, Miles immediately said we should play Danny Boy.
favorite memories about Granny. She was obviously an exceptional person and showed everyone her love in every way that she could. She was always a cheerleader in the stands, a person you could always depend on, and just a kind soul. I want to share a poem called On the Death of the Beloved by John Donahue. Though we need to weep your loss, you dwell in that safe place in our hearts, where no storm or night or pain can reach you. Your love was like the dawn brightening over our lives, awakening to meet the dark, a further adventure of color. The sound of your voice found us a new music that brightened everything. Whatever you unfolded in your gaze quickened in the joy of its being. You placed smiles like flowers on the altar of the heart. Your mind always sparkled with wonder at things. We looked towards each other no longer, but from the old distance of our names, now you dwell inside the rhythm of breath, as close to us as we are to ourselves. Though we cannot see you with our outward eyes, we know our soul's gaze is upon your face, smiling back at us from within everything, to which we bring our best refinement. Let us not look for you in only memory, where we would grow lonely without you. We would want us to find you in presence, beside us when beauty brightens, when kindness glows, and when music echoes eternal. When orchids brighten the earth, darkest winter has turned to spring. May this dark grief flower with hope in every heart that loves you. May you continue to inspire us to enter each day with a generous heart, to serve the call of courage and love, until we see your beautiful face again in the land where there is no more separation, where all tears will be wiped from our mind, and we will never lose you again. So here's to Granny. Cheers.
To you.
Billy can't reach anymore. Billy. Look at Mama.
My favorite thing is that Granny treat us all well and treat me well and be nice to me.
Oh, you miss her?
Yeah.
Okay. Has this ever happened to you? Oh, hey, Granny. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Yeah. Oh, no, doing well. Yeah. How are you? Oh, okay. Bye, Granny. Yeah, no, happy birthday. Okay, love you. Every time we called her on her birthday, it was between 20 and 40 seconds, the entire phone call. It was straight to the point. Thank you very much. My favorite part about Granny was just her positivity and the love that she showed for each and every one of us. You know, I never saw Granny in a bad mood, ever, so every time I went to visit Granny, it was just so uplifting, and you know, every moment I shared with Granny was, you know, it was touching, it was loving, and yeah, wouldn't trade it for the world.
Well, damn, who's gonna go after that?
How long we could make our birthday call?
Wow. That felt like it was chosen. I'd say my favorite part about Granny was that she never really felt old to me. Like, yes, you know, she had a lot of wrinkles, but she didn't like look or feel or sound that old. She had a lot of youth to her, and that's how I want to remember her. Is, you know, maybe in the last couple of months she felt old, but up until then she was, you know, a constant source of positivity, just like, I mean, everyone knows. And so that's how I remember her, and I'm happy that I still have that memory. So.
Nice.
Oh, that's how it's going. Oh.
Okay, so going along with Granny never acted old, my favorite memory is when I was 7 and she took me to Disneyland, and she made sure we rode all of the rides because I needed to have the Disney experience, and we had like ice cream on Main Street, and like she brought me a cute little like Pooh Bear stuffed animal, and it was just such an amazing experience to just be in her presence. And like everybody has said, she's loving, caring, supportive, and yeah, so that's my favorite memory. Also, she went on all of the rides with me, and she was like 85, so she loved adventure, and I love that about her.
In the heels, in the heels.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, that was a curtsy.
I actually didn't even think Tori was
Okay. Yeah, it's not like one
right? But what comes to mind is how much she loved holidays, she loved birthdays, and she always made everything incredibly special. I'm sure everyone knows that, like, you always got a call and a card on your birthday, and she had the best collection of kind of cheesy, but, you know, holiday Christmas sweaters that you could imagine. And she was like, the kids like it, the kids like it. So I hope you all like them, because she loved her Christmas sweaters, and that's, that my favorite memory is of her, just how much she loved holidays and of all kinds.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. Goes to me.
Like, wait,
You're old enough, you don't have to stand up. Well, thank you, Dennis. Let's see. Favorite memory of Aunt Mary was probably after Tess and I and the girls moved back, and she was out at the house, and Mom brought her out. She said, "I'll have another glass of wine." Case driving. So she was always the life of the party. Never had a hateful word for anybody. Always just was always there for them. I'm not going to twirl.
The first time I ever played golf, probably the only time I ever played golf with her, and I think it was your dad and you. We played as a foursome, and I've never played golf with anybody who was that focused. I mean, she would hit the ball. It might not go very far, but it was always down the middle, and then she was on marching orders. I mean, she marched to the ball. I mean, it was an effort just to keep up with her. And I was so impressed. No, nothing. Just walk up,
Barely stopped walking to hit us.
it was, I was so impressed.
Happy Gilmore.
I'll never forget that. And I guess I have to say one more story about her. I'll never forget, and it happened numerous times, and everybody's said it, but I'll say it again. Uncle Pat used to always say, "We got to go. Mary's tired." And Aunt Mary would be, "I'm not tired. It'll be fun. Why do we have to leave?"
Come on, old timer.
We use it in our family now.
Speaking of old, we'll get the oldest one to go next.
Oh.
He's talking about you, Grandma. You don't have to stand
Your godson just called you old.
Are y'all through? Now, did you want to hear it from me, or do you want to just keep chatting among yourselves?
From you.
It's all you.
All me, okay. And I'm not standing up because
You're
I
definitely
am
old
old. And I don't have to do that.
Period.
My thoughts about Mary are so many. And she was married to probably the funniest guy in the world, and he used to come up to me and he would pinch my little fingers, and I would say to Baba, "Why does he come up and want to pinch me?" And she said, "Oh honey, he loves you." And I said, "I wish he wouldn't love me so much." And then my Jim would say, "And if he doesn't quit it, I'm going to give him a little fistful." And I said, "Oh God, no. Please, let's not do that." So Aunt Mary was just darling, but she was so intent on keeping the faith. And came Saturday, I would get this call and she'd say, "Are we still going to 8 o'clock in the morning?" And I said, "Yes, I think so." "Are you still picking Ann Walker up too?" And I said, "Yes." And so she said, "Now are we going out to breakfast after?" I said, "Did you want to do that?" And she said, "Yes." Well, then my friends would call and say, "Can your sister-in-law sub at our Pi-Fi Bridge? Can your sister-in-law sub at our Friday bridge? Can your sister-in-law sub at our Saturday bridge? Can your sister-in-law sub? There isn't anything I could tell you that isn't done with love and appreciation of just knowing her and how happy she made our family.
Lots of great memories of Mom. Shot ski was my favorite. She'd do a shot ski with anybody. She convinced you to do what?
Catholic. Catholic.
Did I grow up after the last?
How old were you?
You looked like you were
17?
going to.
16.
16-year-old friend who had never had a drink in her life. And Granny was like, come on, Nina, just a little.
And your mom never turned one down?
She never turned one down. Later in years, I'd give her a much smaller one, but she still loved it. She loved the party, and she loved being a life party. The other, I put this in there, but I love the fact she liked her Chardonnay every night. And at least one, probably 2 or 3 glasses. But for Lent one year, she gave up a second glass. Unless she was invited over to somebody's house, and then it'd be rude not to have a
That's
right. Robert.
Ooh. All right.
Oh, there you
Robert.
What I love about Granny the most was just a beautiful woman that always was pleasant to everyone on this planet. Just a great woman, treated me with so much respect and welcomed me into her family that would make me feel like $1 million now in this day and time, $1 billion, because she is that type of woman. You know, watching all of her grandkids that are all around here and her great-grandson grow up and they all can drink with us now except him is amazing. So happy to be around all of this beautiful family that we have here, and just a beautiful family that's sitting right here is awesome. And you guys are all great people, respectful, delightful, lovable, and huggable, and love you guys all. And Granny is just the best woman on the planet that is still here and still going. I love you guys. Now.
I already won.
You can be the one to pick Mary.
Well, he was calling me mean all day.
Okay, Elijah, I'll start over then, okay?
Better than grandma.
Yeah.
What can
Didn't
I
want to
say
go there, but okay.
about my mom, right? So even at a really young age, I was aware that my mom was not about to put up with any kind of prejudice. She wouldn't even let us watch Hogan's Heroes. She was like, she didn't like that. She didn't like MASH. She didn't like
Love American Style.
Thank you. And Don Rickles, no way, right? No, she would never put up with anything like that. She was always really fair and sweet and understanding to everyone, right? To me, I remember after my dad passed, and I went to my 20th class reunion, high school class reunion, and tipped the bottle a little too much. Maybe got a little bit mouthy to some folks or whatever. And I was sent home in a cab at 3 o'clock in the morning. Mom welcomed me in, and she said, no. It doesn't matter that you got a little bit drunk on the night of your dad's funeral. Your friends should understand that. And then she let me sleep with her that night. And I'll never forget that, because she was just a really kind and really real person. So, you know, I feel like even though she's gone, but she's never gone. Because if somebody lives in your heart, then they're never gone. So.
Yes, I already win.
Oh yeah, I already messed that one up. Already messed
I was
that
trying to
one
like
the oldest grandson, her first grandson.
I'm gonna stand up and not go in the center.
You made her granny. Oh.
Yeah. What I'll say is that obviously, as you say, I'm the oldest grandchild, and I was, I think, 10 when Grandpa died, which means that all of you guys were younger than that, and so we didn't really get to know him that much. But above everything else, I'm really thankful that, you know, on my end, I got 25 years of knowing Granny really, really well, and a lot of people don't get that with their grandmothers, the grandparents at all. And so I'm thankful that myself and all of my cousins got that time with her. In terms of a specific memory, I think that if anything if there's anything I regret, it's that more of my really good friends didn't get to meet Granny. they get to hear my stories about her, but they never really get to, you know, experience them firsthand. So I'm going to piggyback off Billy's friends meeting Granny, because a few years ago, a few of Billy's friends came skiing up to the cabin, and they stayed with us for a week or so, and then Granny came up. And I remember really specifically, this was around the time that Serge Ibaka got traded from Orlando to Toronto. And the day after, Granny was fully on all the details of that trade and stuff. He was talking to me and all these Canadian kids about this. And they were so excited about it. And then Granny left, and like Billy's friend Chris went to me like, "Jack, your grandma's an absolute riot." And not that many of my friends got to experience that much, but the fact that I got to sort of mooch off Billy's friends to get that feeling meant a lot to me. So that's my favorite memory of Granny. I think I shared that before, but that means a lot to me.
I love that.
Vic, Alex, you're good.
My favorite memory with Granny is when we were little and we'd come visit. I'd be up really early in the morning because it's vacation and I'm excited, and my parents won't be up for hours. But Granny always had muffins or something else for breakfast, some toast, and like she'd always remember our favorite foods, even though there were a lot of us. That sort of caring and attentiveness and just being there.
No worries.
I knew this. When we moved back, I told people at school I had a bonus grandma. And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, my Aunt Mary, she's my bonus grandma." And they're like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Well, she's technically my Uncle Pat's wife, but my Uncle Pat's dead, and she's my bonus grandma." And she really was. It was like having bonus grandma. She let us have sleepovers in the basement, food. It was just so cool to be able to spend so much of my life with my bonus.
I guess I have many memories. It's all those times that we spent bringing her into our family because she was definitely part of it. Love her, and I know that we have an extra angel up there now.
My favorite memory of Aunt Mary was honestly like all the times we were always included in everything. We were kind of, like Katie said, she was like a bonus grandma. But it was fun because like for every time, my favorite like full-on memory is when we would go up the Mill Creek Canyon for Corinne's birthdays. And she would bring these super colorful like picnic basket full of all of these colorful plates and cups and everything, and she was like, "Okay, just go for it." Like, and it was just always so colorful, and it was always like fried chicken and
Kentucky Fried
yeah,
Chicken.
literally from KFC. Molly.
Middle.
Falling in the middle.
This is unique.
Thank you.
Since every teacher's watching it, so one student saying
It's like class.
So my favorite group of memories with Granny is definitely just playing cards, because that was probably the only time you'd ever see her aggressive. And she would dish it out. She would hit you with the 3 2s, the Queen of Spades,
the Queen of
Crazy
Spades.
Eights. Every single game you'd get something from Granny.
She wouldn't let
But
you win.
But then as soon as you gave her something, or you skipped her, or made her pick up 2, or made her pick up 5, she would pout, and she would say, "How could you do that to your poor old queen?" And as a result, she would always win at cards. So, that is definitely some of my fondest memories. I also do enjoy the fact that whenever we would go over in the evening time, we'd walk in and Granny would have, "Can you hold it down?"
Yeah, I'm gonna shut you down.
Granny would have a very expectant look on her face. And she'd look at me and she'd go, "Hey Molly, there's a bottle of wine in the fridge. Do you think you'd want to get that?" So as soon as you were in the door, I was on wine duty to make sure it was topped up at all times. And I don't know at what age she started calling me her drinking buddy. I do think it was when I was a child. So
Before you were legal.
Before I was legal.
When she
Those are my favorite memories. Oh yeah, we were in the doctor's office in the waiting room, and she was saying really loudly, because I guess she wasn't completely aware of how loud she was speaking. The hearing aids were acting up. But she said, you know, Molly, your other grandma, she taught you how to knit and sew. I taught you how to play cards and drink margaritas.
Oh, obviously, like Cameron said, like all of my memories of, like, I feel like Granny was the same age my whole life. Like I feel like she didn't get old until literally she fell. Like that was it. Before that, she was like walking around. Like she would take me when I was pregnant with Elijah. She took me to the zoo. She took me to the aquarium, and she didn't make me ever feel bad about getting pregnant at such a young age. And I was always so kind of like ashamed of it. And you know, like then when I came, she just loved Elijah before he was even here. And I'm so happy that she got to experience 6 years with him. And it's just like such a blessing. And Elijah, like, not everyone gets to spend that much time with their great grandma. And like, you had the best great grandma ever. And even if you don't remember, she loved you so much. And I like, all my memories of Granny are good. Like, I don't have one bad memory. And I wouldn't be here without her. None of us would be here. Like literally, like it's just whenever I hear like the biological things of like reproductive systems and how like we were in our mother's womb and then our mother was in, and we were like always in our mother's womb, and like we came from Granny. It's always gonna be part of us no matter what, if she's here or not. Whenever I'm sad, I just think of a memory of when I was little, or when you guys would come and we'd stay in San Diego, and like I just have all these fond memories. And whenever we come together, it just, all those memories just kind of refresh, and it just feels like no time has passed. Our souls are just like connected as one, like we're all a family, and I love that we're all able to be here.
Oh well.
The thing I loved about Granny was she was so inclusive, and we were so fortunate that over the last few years we spent so much time with her. And what I loved was if we had friends from out of town, what we always tried to do was have her come up. I mean, I'm not sure that she was necessarily an entertainment in herself, but she really was. But we had her come up and spend a night or two with us, always for sleepover when we had friends. And she always made everyone feel so welcome. And it was always with her sort of curiosity about their life, or with entertaining quip about what might have gone on that day. And that's what I loved. And then I have very fond memories of when I was here visiting, we would go out for lunch, and I always tried to make it a bit of a tour. You know, we'd go off to the Sundance, as you saw that photo with her in the rocking chair or whatever, or, you know, we'd go somewhere, and she always had this sense of adventure about wherever we were going that day, and such fun. Everything was always such fun with her. So for me, she treated me so well, and she really was the best mother-in-law I could ever have. So yeah, very, very... Right.
On vacation every year, and it was painfully slow because Dad would drive 56 miles an hour. He didn't want to break the speed limit, but live on the edge at the same time. Another driver would do something stupid, and Dad would go, "That doggone woman." And Mom would always go, "That woman had a beard." Tweety.
The most recent one was when we were here for Jimbo's funeral, and Rick and Shaw and I were here, and Aunt Mary said, oh, I want to do a shot with the Stringers. And it meant so much to us that she wanted to do a shot ski with us. And, you know, just to have your aunt want to do a shot with you is really awesome. But on a shot ski, I mean, that's unheard of. So, and I know Chaw, that was a good memory that my sister Chaw had. But
who she was and how she made me special. I have to say, one of my strongest memories, but also one of my earliest ones, was when I first came out. And it was a holiday in Kathy and I were for just a few months. It was a Reeves family reunion.
Extravaganza.
Hundreds of people, it seemed at the time, including It was a celebration of Julie's and Tom's wedding for the folks here. And Mary was absolutely going out included and special. It was great. Things progressed, and finally Kathy and I got married. And shortly after that, you know, she was also funny. She started saying, you know, Mike, you're my favorite son-in-law. And she'd wait just a half a week. But you're my only son-in-law. And so I got to be the favorite son-in-law until Robert came along. And she was also incredibly fair. You know, she's just a woman who made sure that Mary and Kathy got the same size portions as Jim and Tom and Dennis. And so once Robert came along, I was no longer the favorite son-in-law. There were two of us. And she couldn't show
Oh boy.
Exactly.
Yes, thanks for having us. Thank you so much.
Great to see you.
Thanks, Uncle Tom.
No.
So disgusting.
I was thinking you don't want to answer
Okay.
whatever the
Wow.
So let's take a shot of this schema to order.
Glitter, glitter, glitter.
Is that what it says?
Yeah. Together forever. for Linda and Heather. Best friends.
Girls, 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 glitter, 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 swirls, 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 together forever. We're Linda and Heather, best friends.
I'm trying to see if there's juice in here.
There's orange juice downstairs.
No, then that's too far to walk. I'll just have this.
Okay.
I need a chaser. I'm a bitch. Cheers.
But I got the chips.
Oh my god.
Oh, you'll love it.
I would do red wine and goldfish a lot during COVID. It was how is it? Right.
Let's see, does she have it?
Okay. So can you hit the 8 ball like just about here, please?
I can do it. I can do it.
Not going in.
Oh.
Wait, don't.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, Robert. All right. We don't want 6 or 8 going in, but 2. If you can bank 2 in there, that would be good. I don't know if you can see that. You can't see that one. All right, you do the 2. That's what I call progress.
Get into a nice partner and adopt another dog.
Oh, that was kind of close.
Wait a minute, get in there.
No, exactly. But yeah.
The oldest are winning. Period. Make that one, Uncle Tome. We're out. Oh, you lost? Yeah. She said we're. No. Oh my. Okay. Wait.
Dad is in control.
You didn't even do anything.
That's more fun. Okay, because that's what we had.
No, because we didn't. Yeah. It's not like it's not a precious gem or anything.
Wait, Bill.
Car was in my dad.
Oh, that's. Okay.
Anyway, they had to get it out.
Sweet love that. Oh, that's just so fine. Nice. Okay, so let's go to 7.
But they said.
And even then you can
Yeah.